If we could stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, I will go ahead and do roll call because we do have some people not here. I have Kevin Daly.
Present.
Karen Cardy. Gotcha. Sue DeGeorge.
Present.
Donalyn Wales.
Here.
Maritha Pavetta. Welcome back from vacation. Ray Giovanni.
Here.
And I'm Nicole Signoli. Aaron McGoldrick is on vacation, so we knew that. I don't know if everyone was able to get the packet that I sent. On that, it did have the minutes.
Yeah, I was a little slow on the uptake there, but I did find them and have managed to review them. It's actually, I like the way you've done it here, where you have the agenda for this evening's meeting, and then attached to that is the minutes from the previous.
Right.
Maybe that's why I didn't find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's nasty. It's like all wet and slimy. No. I don't get sick.
What? Who is that?
That's Ray.
Oh, that's my boy telling me about how my dinner came out.
Oh, wow. Compliments.
Considering I was late on sending out the packet, did everyone have a chance to read the July 17 minutes?
I did. I read them 10 minutes ago.
I read them.
Okay.
I couldn't quote you on any of them, but I did read them.
Anything stand out as errors or any changes that we had to make?
Not to me.
Okay.
No.
Anyone would you like to make a motion?
I'll motion to approve the meeting minutes from the what's the date?
July
17, July 17th.
July 17th meeting. I beg your pardon. I had scrolled up by accident.
I'll second the motion to approve the meeting minutes from July 17th.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye or put a little hand up or something like that.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That was unanimous. Okay. The next thing on the agenda is something, again, Marita, this is something that I have, it's called if you had a chance to look at the packet, it's the Town of Monroe year-to-date budget report. This is our line item in the budget. So when we start getting donations, this is something I usually print out for my library board of trustees. So I just keep this here. It's my way of letting people know until we start getting, it's kind of something I automatically do as part of my other meetings. So I just do it here. It is 0, but that is where we are right now. And Donalyn, I don't think you have gotten any donations or sponsors, right?
No, because we haven't done any promoting, so no.
That's good. No, that's okay. Just asking.
Yep, no, nothing coming in.
I can't hear Donna.
Sorry, I said no. There's nothing that came in for donations.
Did I miss something with the letter, or was there Donna just going door to door? Like how are we soliciting donations? I don't know.
That's what I said. We haven't initiated that yet.
Oh,
We haven't
okay.
initiated that yet.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Okay. Unfinished business. How we left it last time was that I was going. All of you gave me 3 local vendors. I have contacted all 3 local vendors. Right now, I have 2 vendors who have come back with samples, one with some general pricing, and I'm waiting on the 3rd. I know that we want to get things together for the events that are coming up this fall, and I did tell the vendors about that. T-shirts for most vendors could be printed in about 2 weeks. However, for them to print they would need a purchase order from the town of Monroe. Right now, we don't have anything in that kitty, so we're kind of in a catch-22, but that doesn't mean that we can't still talk. So,
Can you share who the vendors were, Nicole?
yeah, one more, again, the vendors were Southbury Printing,
Mhm.
Shookies, did I say that right? Shukies,
Close enough.
okay?
Shookies is fine. That's
Okay.
actually how he spells it for his business because no one can pronounce it the way it's actually spelled. So.
Okay. And the third was Superior Signs. With my holidays, they were looking for the logo, and I had to go back and forth a couple times. So that delayed some of them to get in touch with us. Right now, I have Southbury and Shookies here. And I have samples of t-shirts here.
Mhm.
So before we had the meeting and we came together, this is what I think has to happen in order. And tell me if I'm wrong. I think the first thing we have to do is figure out what weight of t-shirt we want. Then we'd have to figure out the color. Do we want to do white with a logo, a heather gray with a logo, a black with a reverse logo? That was a suggestion by some vendors. And then for the t-shirt, the logo style. I threw out to the vendors embroidered, and they went, "Yeah, that's going to be too expensive." I'm like, "Okay."
Expensive. You want a silk screen, probably.
Yeah.
Well, they gave me a sample of a heat pressed logo and then a silk screen logo. So I have two. I have one of each. So it gives us some idea. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe you know t-shirts better than I do, but I'm thinking if you can come to the library and come feel them and tell me which ones you like, that may help us because I hope to have the third vendor here. I was hoping today, but maybe tomorrow they'll drop off their samples and then maybe you could come in and touch and feel and figure out what you think is best. What do you think about all that?
Okay. So did you say you had samples in hand from with regard to you don't have any t-shirts currently?
I have samples of t-shirts from Southbury and from Shookies, not from
Okay.
Superior.
So what weight did they give you?
Um,
You mentioned different weights.
they gave us different weights. I have and two different product vendors. The blend seems to be different.
Mhm.
Both seem to be 100% ultra cotton, but they feel different than what you think. One seems to be a cotton that is more of a stretch and a give versus a real cotton.
So I would suggest we go with whatever's cheaper since we have no money. Does that make sense?
Oh, nothing's too good for us, Sue.
Right.
I'll throw in my 2 cents here. I personally feel that the T-shirts that were sold for the bicentennial felt very cheap to me.
That's interesting.
I don't know if anyone was a part of that. Please don't take it personally. I just the quality wasn't there. So I'm thinking maybe something between top of the line and bargain basement. Because if you don't have any money to pay for one, you don't have any money to pay for anything. So we may as well shoot for the middle somewhere. It just seemed very stretchy and cheap to me.
Yeah.
I can reach out to Amy Primorak, who I was on the Sprint Monroe committee for years.
Mm-hmm.
He used to use Dave Wolf. I'm not sure he's vending it all anymore, but at least for a price comparison, we would do a single color t-shirt with a single color print. And the numbers $5 to $8 are running around in my brain for some reason.
That's
So-
about what the t-shirts run. That is correct.
Okay, but because it's single color, but I don't know what I can go downstairs after this and figure what the blends are, but They're probably similar to the one Vita used for the bicentennial,
I think
because that's lower in cost.
I think we have a much simpler logo option,
Yeah,
which if we were going to go with the silk screen versus a heat transfer, either way, I think you're saving money because of the logo, the single color logo. So
right.
that might give us a little more. It all depends. To Nicole's question, I have no problem with swinging by the library and feeling fabrics.
Yeah.
I don't get out much, so I appreciate
And
the
I
invitation.
don't mean, and I just don't, I mean, I too. So here's a couple of things. Here's my other thing. I'm going to piggyback on some of the thoughts that here. Whatever we choose, just remember it's kind of like an interview. The first products we have are going to make the impression.
Yeah.
Nicole,
So
is there a difference concerning the printing method? Is there a difference on that as far as durability is concerned, washability?
yes, pressed kind of feels like an iron-on.
Yeah.
It's a little better, higher quality. If you want to say iron-on is what we do with the Cricut machine here.
Yeah.
But silk print is actually a better quality feel. It doesn't have that glossy feel. It
Okay.
still may wash out, but it's a
paint.
little better feel.
You know what, that explains why, going to different concerts and shows and whatnot, when I see the t-shirts and all, I do see a difference on that printing, that one shinier or so than the other. And it looks kind of cheaper.
I used to silkscreen T-shirts back in college with a company out of Easton, and it's actual paint that they force
Right.
through the screen, and then it's
Mhm.
baked. It goes under heat lamps and cures. So there's a texture to it. It feels, in my experience, it feels more professional than a heat transfer.
Right. I would for that I'd opt for the silk screening. Yeah.
But it could be more labor intensive than but it's a swipe in one direction, a swipe in another
The other.
direction. You lift
Yep.
up the screen and it goes to the next station. But there's only one station. It's only a single color logo, so
Right.
it should be a pretty competitive price one way or the other.
I have a question.
Yes.
So with these t-shirts, are we looking to sell them to make money off of them, or are we just looking to sell them to promote the 250? Because that to me would make my decision as to like, are we gonna, pay for a $20 t-shirt that then somebody else gonna have to pay $25 for, whatever. Are we going to sell as many as if they were cheaper? I mean, I've only worked with Fred at Southbury for all like our post prom t-shirts, which I found one in my daughter's drawer, and this one is a heavy cotton. I can't say if it's been screen printed or flash fried or whatever you're all
Well, if
talking.
you could feel it, you'll feel it like at the edge of each letter if you run your fingers across it.
Those post prom t-shirts felt heavier and more stiff than what we got for the Spring from Monroe.
Okay.
Because obviously for Spring from Monroe, you wanted somebody that could be like more. And Donna, you probably own 100 of them. You'd be able to speak to it better than me, but they felt more flexible to some degree.
Yeah.
So obviously you're
And
running.
with post prom, I was always like Fred, because we had a budget. What was the cheapest, thing for you to get?
Right. That made sense.
Yeah. So that's why I was asking, like, do we want a higher quality shirt because we're looking to get more money off of it? I don't know.
But they're not going to be $20 a t-shirt to buy. They're going to be a lot less than that.
Otherwise,
we shouldn't go there.
Easy numbers.
I have a question. I have a question based on Karen's comments. So, is that shirt printed on both sides? It looked as though it was.
Yeah.
So, are we considering sponsors on the back of the shirt? Because if that's the case, you have to remove the shirt from the board and reverse it and print on both sides. So you're doubling the labor. It'd be
We never got charged like extra for double-sided. Just
okay.
saying.
And maybe Donna knows how many shirts did they sell for the anniversary for Monroe?
I never got that final total, but I was there at the booth selling them that day, and I have to tell you, the swag didn't roll off the table. Even if the shirts.
She sold out of the shirt.
then she did it. She didn't do
Eventually.
it that day. She did it
Yeah.
then away from that in other forums, but it wasn't that day because look, I was the one that personally loaded up my Pathfinder and twice, and so moving that stuff was a heavy load. So
Yep.
wasn't so she probably I would imagine that the t-shirts would go.
And I'm just curious how many sold those. Is it like 200, 500?
Yeah, but I think we sold them for like about didn't we sell them for like about $20 or
They were
something?
$20 a t-shirt, and we
Yeah.
sold a lot of the town clerk out of the town clerk's office. And even after the event was over, people still came in. So now,
Right.
Nicole, you had some of the library too, correct?
Yeah, we had no t-shirts left at
Yeah,
20
they were
bucks.
the t-shirts and the hats were the two things that went.
That's all they saw. That's all they
Exactly.
wanted.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Yep.
Well, that's good. That's good.
The tumblers didn't go.
No.
It really even the ornaments and the ornament and there was like a commemorative coin or something like that. That didn't those
It was
didn't
a bag.
fly. Yeah. So the bag, that's right.
Well, do you know how many were ordered?
I can ask Vita and get
Yeah.
back to you guys.
Yeah, just curious.
I will say, just as an aside, since you brought it up, she said to me, if our committee is interested in trying to use the bicentennial ornaments as far as like, hey, they're here as well from the town bicentennial, she's willing to give us them because we had a lot of extra.
Mhm.
If it's something we want to consider, we may not want to mix and match the two events, but it might be something people might want.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, I didn't get one. I would have liked one. I didn't even see it. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So let's put that in the parking lot for us, because that's something outside of what we're talking about now.
Right, that's why I just want to throw it out there.
Okay.
For the
So here
printing,
we go again. So
one
we
more-
have t-shirts and we have logo. So we have what weight and what color.
Well, Nicole, one more thing though to add to
Yeah.
that. You're gonna have probably 2 logos on that shirt because you're probably gonna have to put the town of Monroe on it.
Why?
Why?
You gotta check with that. I know that for the bicentennial, I can't remember on the shirts or the swag, but I know that was an issue with everything that went out for announcements and all. That logo had to be on like the correspondences and all. So I can't remember about the shirts, but that would be something to check because that was something very definite about having the logo of the
Okay,
town.
so that would change pricing because it's two colors now.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, it's 2, yeah.
Didn't
Why does it have to be
Terry
two colors?
Rooney want Monroe on the t-shirt and then we voted
It's
against?
not Monroe, Connecticut. It's the town's logo.
I don't
Town
recall.
seal, the
Oh,
blue
I
head.
Seeing the town seal on the
You know what?
bicycle
The
shirts.
town seal logo, I guess, is kind of housed in the town clerk's office. I'll have to do that too.
Yeah, check
Yeah,
those shirts. I
I
can't
didn't think it was
recall.
on the shirt.
I don't think so either, but I'll ask.
Yeah.
why would you need a separate color for that? Even
You
if it
wouldn't.
was mandatory, why would you need a separate color?
Well, I don't know if it's I don't know, if it's if there is a mandatory on even the color and the fonts that they have for the logo.
So you're
Right.
saying because the town event, you're thinking we have to include that, even though it's not a town, it's not really a town event, but it's coming out of the town of Monroe.
Right. How far does that rule apply?
Okay,
Hmm?
I can put that there.
I'll
That
ask
changes-
tomorrow and email the
that-
group.
And that changes pricing.
Correct.
So that will be something to think about.
Right.
I would.
And it's 2 colors, Kevin, because it's required to be that blue, the blue head.
Yeah.
Well, if it's required to be blue and
Then
not to throw back, can we go back to the seal
We
change?
elected black. We
Okay.
kept it black.
My vote, if it comes to a vote, is to leave the seal off of it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it
I
actually,
mean,
I think it detracts from the overall feel of it. I
I'm
really like the logo we picked. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Simple.
But adding the seal to it, it doesn't even look like James Monroe. It looks like Ernest Borgnine.
Yes.
So,
I'm not advocating for
Okay,
it, but I'm just saying, heck on
okay.
that,
So let's come back to the light. So we have to, so on the table again so we're just only to t-shirts at this point. Do you want to come to the office to see what the weights are? Because I'm not describing them well.
Yes.
I can.
And we can make a decision because maybe by then we'll have other things discussed. I just want to be sure you're happy.
Do you want to
You know what I
discuss?
mean?
Do you want to discuss colors, whether we're feeling the fabrics or not?
feeling the fabrics and what color you want. And I do have color. I have, the color is the white. I
Right.
have a gray, a heather gray, like the weight that Karen showed.
Yeah.
And you can imagine black.
Yeah, the white on black sounds really cool, but I really don't. I just have a sense that would not really be a big seller. I think in my opinion, that middle of the road gray is probably the best choice.
I agree.
Okay.
It would be my choice color wise. Would be the gray.
I was going to say the same.
Same.
Wow, I'm the lone one out. I would have done the reverse. Black.
You would do the black
Then
with the
we're
white.
changing the logo. I thought we were
Yep.
going to change the logo.
It's a reverse, same
Right.
logo.
But
And
still,
just
like,
reverse it.
you're changing the
I could-
color of the logo.
Right.
Marita, do you have any idea?
No, not really. I'm happy with whatever.
Okay.
I do
Karen,
like
anything on your end?
No, I don't care. I like swag. So it's like whatever color is whatever.
All right, so we can look at the gray with the logo for the t-shirt.
Well, just let us know when we can swing by the library and.
So I'm here. So Friday, today's Friday. Tomorrow, today's Friday.
Yeah.
It's already Friday in my world. The library is open till 2. I am here Saturday. We are having a mini Renaissance fair. I am sure my staff will let me come and have you come into my office. So I'm here till 2 o'clock on Saturday.
I just say
If that fits in your schedule.
Nicole sent me to feel the fabrics. They're going to know what I'm talking about.
Oh, they absolutely
I'm gonna
will.
go
Trust
right
me.
to-
And then my office is open. So what you can always do, if I'm not here on Monday and Tuesday, which I won't, I'll be on vacation. My office assistant is Jean, and she will definitely let you in, and I'll leave Post-it notes, and you can put your votes on whatever.
Okay, fair enough. I will put it on my calendar to swing by on Saturday morning and
Perfect. I'll be here. I will not be in costume though.
feel some fabrics.
Feel some fabrics. Okay. So that is one thing.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry, I was trying to
And
hit
then-
the mute button.
so-
It didn't work.
Don't hold it in.
Before we go too far, God bless you. Before you go too far, so we're looking gray with a black logo. Do we know what style? Do you want the heat press, a silk print? What do we want?
I'm old school. I like silk screening. I think it's
Yeah.
classy.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it wears better seemingly because that piece of plastic stuck to the shirt seems to be very obvious.
Yeah.
Stiff.
Is that everybody? Did I hear everybody? I think
Yeah.
I
everybody.
don't know the difference. So
Will you have a sample of a silk screen and a heat print there as well that we can look at
Mhm.
just to compare the two visually?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And where's the logo going? Is that on the on the chest, in the middle, and the just above the heart
Correct.
where the pacemaker goes?
Correct.
Okay.
Are we doing anything on the back of the shirt or just keeping it simple?
That is going to be if we get sponsors, back to what you did for the running, what Kevin was talking about, and maybe we'll have more money by then. With the sponsor sponsoring, we'll put their name on the back.
Nicole, can you just kind of repeat, based on Ray's question, where the logo is going to go?
It's going to be right here.
I kind of pictured it being centered in.
Me too.
Now I'm putting it here, and I actually like, and you'll see how it looks.
Yeah.
Women of a particular age, I don't want it across my stomach or my chest. I like it right here. And
that-
actually, they all say everybody's doing it here now too, just on the chest, right here.
Okay. I wouldn't argue one way or the other. I just thought a cool T-shirt kind of has it centered, but a golf shirt I can see having it there, but just a T-shirt. But I don't care that much
It's a
about it.
lot of black, and it will bring a lot.
I understand.
Eh.
Okay. So today in America, every shirt worn by everyone must have an American flag on the sleeve. Kind of drives me crazy, to be honest with you. We're not going there, right?
Another color. I can't pay for that.
Well, yeah, I know it's another color. I'm just saying that, we're talking about trends and things of that nature. So, okay. So,
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin. So
no,
so
you're
it's going to
fine.
be
You're fine.
it's going to be a gray t-shirt. You're going to
Mhm,
choose the weight. You're
mhm.
going to choose the screen,
Right.
the way it goes.
Yeah.
It's going to be right here over the left, over the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can go for there. I think that's
Right.
all I need. I need style. I need that and that. Whew, that was t-shirts. Let's talk about hats.
Oh,
So caps. So that will be embroidered, which means there's a setup charge. Don't know what that is. Everybody's got probably a different one. So we have a white cap with a black thread, a gray
no.
cap with a black thread, or a black cap with a reverse logo. And caps are two different caps. It's called a dad cap, and it is the cap that everybody sees.
Do you have pictures or samples you can share with us?
I think she's coming back with a hat on.
So this is the dad cap. Hold on, let me get out of here.
Okay.
1 second. One moment, please. Okay, so this is the dad cap. It is embroidered. Not going to fit, but this is the dad cap. It's embroidered. Of course, this is like a patch on it, but it's embroidered.
Right.
Okay. This is unstructured. Can you see the bottom?
Yeah.
It's not structured.
It's not like a
Mhm.
trucker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it has the cloth back, which I asked for,
Mm-hmm.
not plastic.
Okay.
It's going to be a little high, more expensive, but I think it's a little.
And what's the buckle on there? Can you hold it?
That's the adjusting.
Okay.
It's adjustable.
No, I know. I just wanted to say. So it's like a bronze color or brass color. Okay, brass. All right,
Yeah.
that's classy.
Okay. So that's what it's going to look like. That, and again, of course, this is an old one, but that could be black. This was another suggestion of a color instead of white, like a tan. But see how it's structured? It's very
Yeah.
formed.
More trucker
That's
cap.
like a structured cap,
It's
Yeah.
probably more expensive too.
perhaps.
I wouldn't think so.
The structure.
Probably.
And then,
wouldn't.
sorry, this is and that's what the black would look like.
Oh, that's
And
got
that is an
that's got
unstructured.
Shooky written all over it.
Huh?
Is that a Shooky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just saying we'd have the logo embroidered. That's it. End of story.
And I mean, it has been brought to my attention that white caps will get dirty.
Yeah.
Yep. Sweaty and
It's sweaty.
What about doing is it weird to say like a red cap? Like, would that be a weird color with the black logo on it?
yeah. Red caps have a connotation.
Just because you're a Yankees fan, man. No big deal.
No, I'm not talking about sports. I'm talking about politics. They have a
Oh, good point.
connotation, one way
And
or the other.
honestly, the professionals have said, the heather gray or the black with the reverse. And honestly, according to the rules of the contest, we can do that manipulation for that.
Can you do both? Can you do
We could.
Can you do a lot of the black for Donna Lynn with the reverse, and then some of the heather gray? Keep the order reasonable, because I think a black hat with a white logo would actually be kind of popular, and yet I'm saying it wouldn't be as much with the shirt. I understand, but I don't know. I think a black hat with the logo on it would look kind of cool.
And the price point, and that's
Certainly,
I can
not
ask.
beige. Certainly not the beige or the white. I don't think.
And I think the size of the logo would also matter, how big it is or how smallish it is.
Yeah.
And that's their job to figure that out.
But we have to approve final, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they'll figure that out.
Not
And then
that big. Like a belt buckle. Think of a belt buckle. Something like that.
and then I had a thought. Heather gray, that. Oh, nuts.
We may have to, if you look at the logo and then you look at the real estate on the front of the hat, it's kind of a tall logo with Monroe and Connecticut under it.
thinking
It's
that it
right.
may
It's right
not
on top
fit.
of you. It's right on top of your agenda. If you're looking for it,
Yeah.
Nicole
It's too
gets-
bad we couldn't do the 250 here and the Monroe across the back. That's
Yeah,
the,
well, that's interesting too. That's actually a good idea, but that could be a separate setup charge as well, because
oh,
they'd have to rotate it, the hat, to do the back.
right. But that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I see just the 250 with the state of Connecticut on it, that it's at the Connecticut state level, the celebration or the hats.
No, you're right. I mean, we shouldn't split the logo, but I think that would look really cool if we could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we wanna
agree.
split it
That's
out.
all.
Put the Monroe, Connecticut on an angle on the bill or the brim of the hat. That would be interesting too. But
Nicole,
we have
could
no
you
money.
hold up that Nicole, could you hold up that baseball cap that was black with the Monroe on it? It was red letter for a minute.
Ah,
There you
that's
go.
the black.
Yeah, I like that.
Wait,
I like that.
Oh, I didn't realize he gave you samples. Can you email us those pictures or something? Is that
I'd
possible?
have to scan them and they're really big. I don't know if they'll come out cool.
that
And honestly,
shirt?
this all happened,
See?
and that's what it's going to look like.
I
Oh,
like
yeah,
it.
that's good.
I like the black.
I like the black too, actually.
Yeah, and now that I'm looking at it, it looks cool. Let's
Whoop,
go
whoop,
all
whoop.
black. Let's go out Monroe Outlaw.
Pull it back a little bit, Nicole, if you could, because we can't see the hat. No,
It's not working it.
yeah, it's not
But I
working.
can
Will
do
you
that. I can
have
try
the
to.
pictures next to the t-shirts, so we can see the,
Yeah,
They're all there.
then we
They're
can
all in
all
the packet.
vote when we see them.
Yeah. And now that I see the black shirt, I like that too. I think it looks good.
I think a black t-shirt's a big seller too.
Yeah, it's rock and roll.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All
just
right.
need money to do this.
So what are we going to do? Am I going to scan this stuff over to you guys?
Not necessary for me.
Or leave it next to where you have the hat samples.
And I
Yeah.
do. And Jean, my office assistant, knows the piles. And I'll put we'll put post-it notes. We'll get it a little better organized before I leave. But there's certain pile. It's in strategic locations in my office, so I will do that. That's the two things I have to talk to you about. Quantity, I have no idea.
What's the hours on Saturday for the library? What time?
9 to 2.
9 to 2. Thank you.
I'll come
Okay.
tomorrow before the farmer's market.
Nicole, what time are you there until tomorrow?
2.
At 2 o'clock as well on Friday?
Yeah,
Okay.
Friday's 9 to 2 and Saturday is 9 to 2.
Okay.
I know what I wanted to say. One of the suggested price points for selling the baseball caps is anywhere between 25 and 35. I don't know what they did.
That's high.
Wow.
They were 20 for the bicentennial.
They did t-shirts and caps at 20.
I
Yep,
believe so.
yep.
Maybe 15 for one and 20 for the other. But I think 20 they sold. Maybe we could get 25, but I think that's high.
Well, we can look at that.
Would we take Venmo? Because I think that was part of the problem. They couldn't take things
Well,
like that.
I don't know until
Yeah.
Don't know yet. I got to talk to finance how far we can go, whether it's Venmo, Stripe, or something. I don't know what they're going to let me do.
I'm happy to help out on that, and if you need it, whatever you need.
I will. Okay, so you guys, if you can come to my office, you'll leave your votes for me. What else? I'll have the packets. I hope the third bunch comes in so we get a better idea. I won't know pricing until I tabulate all the votes. I have a good idea, but when we tabulate the votes and then send it back out to the 3 and bring it back to us.
Okay.
I'm excited. As an alternative idea, we have town council on Monday night. I did forward the Amazon Merch on Demand contract and service terms. It is up for council review and approval. The attorney says all the, it's worth the risk to see if we want to load the logo up that way too. So we'll see. I don't know if town council will approve it, but we're going to try.
Wait, I'm sorry. What do we need approval?
That is through town council. We need Amazon merch.
Okay, that I
on
couldn't
demand.
remember what it was called.
Yeah, that's the one.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else on the t-shirt?
No.
Well, the only thing I was saying about the black, which it looks great, but we ought to also think about the time frame we're doing this. It's going to be a May and June dash to the sales, which is a warmer kind of environment. So people might think that we're crazy for selling black T-shirts in the middle of 85-degree weather. So maybe the grays might be smart. So that looks like we've already thought that through.
That's why we need a lemonade stand as well. Cool them down.
Exactly.
More money.
Right. Well, they look great though. They look sharp. I think we're.
Yeah, I think the logo really does look sharp on the product.
It does.
Okay. Anything else on swag before I go to the next topic?
Let's go.
Okay. The next topic, we talked about town proclamations. That actually was tabled, and we haven't come out. How I presented it, to do it at any of the fairs or the churches is just not politically correct. So if we were to do it, we would have to have our own event on the green or somewhere in town or town council. So we hadn't gotten that far because I know that we were discussing swag. Maybe we finish the swag discussion. Doesn't have to be in summer, but maybe we'll do something another time, and work on the proclamation at that point. That way we can be in t-shirts. Okay.
Well, my thoughts on that are probably something convenient and, for lack of a better term, exclusive. Like I wouldn't expect that to turn into like a town-wide picnic for proclamations.
Oh, no.
Right. So my thought is like, how we have the memorial service after the parade in front of town hall.
From
And
the
it's very nice.
flagpole, I was thinking same.
And that's a lovely little place there, that little area outside town hall, or even in town council, just to cover yourself for inclement weather. At least you have a kind of an alternative. Do you think town council would have adequate seating for something like that? I would think so. I wouldn't expect a huge turnout. So keep it close to home, keep it reasonable, and make it happen.
But you're looking to do that next May before the event, or doing it anytime soon?
This is a governor letter, and the governor wants us to do it this summer. I don't think it's going to happen this summer.
Well, like to Kevin's point, could we just ask to be put on the town council pre-agenda and do it before a town council meeting or something?
I have talked to the first selectman about proclamations. Don't know if there were a lot of things going on with budgets and stuff like that. I don't know that it just didn't come up. A date has not been set. I have not pushed it. Let's put it that way.
Right, Nicole, you could do it before town council, but the bad time is the late, November going over into the spring for the budget time.
It's never a good time for them.
It's never, and then right now we're in the middle
No,
of.
but that's the tightest one for us,
Right.
that. So, but I do like the idea of doing it as a proclamation through a town council as well. But
My understanding is we basically write our own proclamation and then they seal it. I mean, we seal it all the time.
The governor already created it.
Oh, so
I
we just have
emailed it to the office, to the first selectman's office, and I said, "Did you read it?" when can we do it? And it was tabled.
Okay,
At this
did not know that.
juncture.
All right, didn't know that.
Yeah. Not for lack of desire. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, but the only thing is with with the town council, there'll be 7 people know that the proclamation was, which is basically the kickoff for the initiative, will be seen by 7 people on the dais who already know all about it and just want to check the box on their agenda.
But if you were to do it through town council, probably like September, October would be a good time to do it. Because the proclamation actually kind of kicks off and announces the events happening.
Yeah, that's my point. But then the only people going to see it are the town council members, all of 7 people, whoever it is.
Well, not if you advertise this,
Right.
you know? I mean,
right.
I mean,
and your press room
meetings of town are public, and the meetings are publicized. I mean, they're freedom of information, right? So the agendas go out there, they're public, they go through the clerk's office, and they're public. So do people go to any of the board meetings, town council, board of finance, otherwise? Probably not.
No.
But if you put it in the paper and maybe do a little bit more announcement and say, for that town council meeting, here's how we're gonna be doing the proclamation, here's when and how.
The paper is really expensive for ads right now, just like our historic district commission has to put a public hearing in. It's like $200 for a very small ad because we have to use the Post because Voices is no longer around.
No, I'm not saying them. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Like, just call it the Monroe Sun and have Bill article in there, and then you put the and then
Facebook and stuff.
Right? Yeah. The electronic media. Yeah, you just do it that way. Make the announcements happen.
My other thought might be, if we don't do town council, could we do something on a scale of what like the pride flag is, like on a Saturday morning, advertise the heck out of it, serve lemonade cookies and ask people to come, and we ask Terry to come and we do the proclamation that way. And it's like a 10 or 15-minute event.
Could do that too. Could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do it that way as well. Still put it in September, October. Everybody's back in school. The kids are there before the holidays. I mean, I think there's a nice time.
Maybe ask the high school band to play or something.
I was just going to say that. So, right. Let's pull the schools into it a little bit that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about at the Christmas tree lighting? Can't do that at the public event?
That would be really hard to get our attention. I think we would be lost in the mix, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think Santa takes a priority there and Frosty.
And it's too cold. Nobody wants to be there longer than they have to be.
Right. And usually it's going to be only for the, people with the families too.
Right.
It's a beautiful time of year. I think the only thing we would have to check with would be the Think Pink and the fairs, but
yep.
I think there's time we could wedge in there and could carve out for ourselves for a particular weekend.
Is that something you want people to take a lead on, Nicole? Like, should a couple of us get together and take that from you? Let us work on that.
Sure. You could take. I don't know if somebody does want to take a lead on that.
I'd be happy to look into it and just get back. I just feel like
sure.
I feel like you have to do so much, and I'd like to take a little off your plate.
Sure. Just make sure you give us enough time to do the press, because I when I do the press and the press releases and stuff, usually try to get a lot out there.
And so I'll look into the possibility of doing something in front of the flagpole and September, October range.
Yeah, that'll give us time.
The first selectman, make sure it's open, make sure there's no conflict, and then if that goes well, I'll see if I can reach out to Mike Ansel High School for the band maybe and bring all that back to you.
Perfect.
All
yeah.
Right.
And I can work with Sue if that goes through. I'll be there to set up whatever for that event, so I can be supporting Sue.
I'll reach out to you, Donna. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Just sorry, this September, October, or next September, October?
This September, October.
This September, October.
September, because the 26 is the 250.
The actual. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, maybe like no more than we can talk about it, Donna, but like I'm thinking a very brief event, like not extended.
Yeah, it's a 20-minute thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Small but quality. Yep.
All right. Happy to do that.
Perfect. Okay. Are you still writing, Sue? You okay?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, good. All right. The next item, two items kind of go together. They were tables at local events and travel-ready signs. I think we were hoping to have the t-shirts ready by St. Jude's Festival. I don't think we're gonna have
Considering it's next week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's not.
It starts on the 20th.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have them by then. But I like the idea of having tables. I don't know if we want to have a table at all for St. Jude's. Is just too short a window. Like Karen, the library's at the farmer's market on September 12th. So I could bring two tables to there and we can talk to the thing.
But I thought we were gonna try to work on the curriculum, like, what's all the events, so we could actually publish something that we could
Right.
actually disseminate. Otherwise, there's no sense in having a table to talk about the fact that we're gonna have T-shirts and hats someday, and we're gonna do this in July
Okay.
4th.
Just, that's okay.
Yeah, great.
That's something that we might need to start to zero in on these, on what does the events look like with the calendar, so we could publish something.
Right, I agree with Ray, because I think the last meeting I said that how let's find out what these events are, because we need to figure out how much cost is there, because we may come down to some events where we don't need a lot of money, and depending upon what we do.
Gotcha. That's fine. All righty. So that leads us right into discussion, Liberty Tree and discussion of future events. Did anybody have any great thoughts? Did anyone check the big calendar on the wall for the town of Monroe? Anything that talking at the kitchen table, what they would want to do, key dates throughout the year?
I had something that I worked on after our last meeting, just throwing that in. And I spoke to you, Nicole, to get clearance on that. And I had thought that in May, there's the celebration of Reading Day at the elementary schools.
Yeah.
And I had thought that the topic for that next year's reading would be books that are for the 250 celebration. I reached out to Ken Kellogg, because the Rotary, starting there, because the Rotary kind of sponsors some of this in a way, and they do because they get the books. And he was very thrilled with that, and he spoke to Joe Kobza, because then the permission to have this introduced as the topic for that reading day has to go through into the schools, and Joe was very positive on that as well. So once the schools reconvene, Joe's going to bring it up to, I'll say, whatever, the parent teacher organization there, to see if that's something that they would want to do. There would be probably no cost to us, because
Right.
the Rotary always buys the books for the reading day. And we would just be able to interject ourselves to be, from this committee, readers for that day. And I could also leverage the VFW as well, because since this is veterans relate into this, to see if they would also want to take and participate and be readers in the school system as well. I think they said there's 74 classes in the elementary schools, so they usually don't have problem getting readers, but they will be, so they're covered. But we could interject ourselves to do that as well. So that's in May. It would be May of 2026.
I know they have like a set list of readers every year.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much work from that. 100 years ago, I ran one, and they give you a list of whether or not people say yes or no, or they want to add us as like co-readers or something.
Yeah.
I have a feeling parents or people might get particularly a little offended if we usurp them, but I guess for 1 year special,
Right. And yeah, and like I said, I'm sure the VFW would want to participate in that too. So
That's a great idea, Donna.
and I could reach out to the American Legion in town as well, And I did some research. I actually Googled and looked, and there are books online that are elementary school level for this purpose. So that's the one thing I thought of and acted on. So
That sounds
we'll
good.
get back
Yeah,
to you.
sounds
That's
good.
a great idea.
Good job. Have any of you, and I don't know, and I don't want to beleaguer if you haven't had a chance with the summer vacation, think about what you want to do for the actual Declaration of Independence, that actual weekend. Do you want to do it that weekend? Do you want to leave that weekend for family and we do it before and after? I don't know.
Talking now the 4th of July itself, Nicole, right?
Mhm.
I would vote.
I'm not around that whole weekend.
What?
So I'm not around at all that whole 4th of July.
I think that's we'd hit a lot of people with that same thing. People get out of town. I would rather do it before and or after.
Okay.
I think so too, because that's
It's a perfect 4th of July weekend too, because the 4th is on a Saturday this year, so it's a perfect weekend.
Right. So what I would ask you to do, because I have one thing that I do need to talk about for the new business. I know, because Harry, it's summer vacation. You're gonna have homework. What do you envision that we would celebrate either? Now, the end of June is crazy for a lot of people because we have graduation parties and such. Or do you want to do something sometime in July? And what would that look like 2026? Because I think back to what Ray and Donna have talked about, if that is the big event, what would we want to do for a big event? Maybe it isn't the big event, but maybe it is. And how much would we want to have to budget for it? Like what would that actually look like? And I'm thinking if we start from the end and then work our way forward, we'll be able to set up each month one event maybe and see what we could do from that June, July period. And then so in a way, so we have June, July open. We have May maybe figured out. We have to do April. So you see what I mean? If we keep just doing one event for ourselves, and then maybe we can invite other people, DAR, like you said, the VFW, American Legion, Monroe Historical, anybody else to come in, the Masons, I don't know, to bring them backwards. I know it sounds like a weird way to organize, but that's kind of what I'm thinking.
How you're thinking, Nicole. To do I don't but are you thinking still that you want to have like what they have for the bicentennial, which was this one great big family kind of day, or just something more lower key that's significant to the purpose of the day?
That's up for us to decide. You could look at it both ways.
When I told my daughter I was on this commission, she said, "Are you going to have a great big picnic like the last time? That was really fun." That's from an 18-year-old at the time.
So what does that look like?
Yeah, like a picnic, like they did something like I think like the police night out the other night, by all accounts, was fantastic, but very family focused for younger children. If we could take that concept of that idea and elevate it a little bit older and not focus just on the children. I mean, that's just generic.
So I don't know if you guys want to go to coffee and figure that out. Has subcommittee, somebody work together on that. What does that look like?
Yeah.
Could it be done? Because if we need to get, police involved, if we need food trucks, we will need to book them soon.
Right.
Right.
And pay them.
Right. Yeah. And this needs to happen for all the events, because then you set the threshold for the donations, how you're going to receive all these different donations.
And personally, again, we could do kind of like what you said, threshold or donations.
Yep.
We don't have to do an event every weekend or every month. We could just say, let's just focus on this one culminating event. do like whatever we can do for free up until then, and then find sponsors for the one event.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right, because looking at that kind of a one event, that's where that's where the dollars are coming in.
Right.
You know, everything else that we would do that's more historical, I'll say, you know, lectures or so don't require a lot of money, but that is and that's even excluding the fireworks. That's a big effort. That's a big day. And what do you do if they lucked out? Everybody lucked out because it was a great day. It was a beautiful day, the weather. But, you know, if
They
it
had
doesn't,
postponed it though. That was their rain date,
yeah, yeah. And that's what you have to look at. And then you
which
got to
also causes
and then you
issues
have to
with the
manage that
shore.
postponement, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I think our first major event that we should do is fundraise. Just my thought.
But I can't fundraise it and promote it. I got to have something to promote.
Right.
I've got to have something to promote. Can't just put it out there generally because I'm ready to write the letter. I think that was an action item for me
Yep.
to write the letter of donors, and that's what I'm waiting for because I can write this letter on, you know, is this going out? Do we want to set up a tiered system for major contributors, a gold, silver, bronze sponsor? How are we going to attack that? Are we going to do, and how are they going to be acknowledged? Are we putting them on the T-shirt? Are we putting them in? I don't know. Was there a program? How do you acknowledge these people who give significant amounts? Or are we just doing general collections? But you can't do that because that's not going to give you the big money to go for your events that you need if you want a big one. So we have to define those events first, and then the fundraising comes in from that point.
Okay.
I was thinking, Kevin, were you involved with the Stepney Green group when they did that reenactment on the green?
In the Civil War reenactment?
Yeah,
Yes, I was.
as well as the drum and fife corps band, whatever you call those nice group.
Yes, well, I was not part of the band, but they were there at that event. Yes.
I mean, are they expensive?
I don't have that information at hand, but I can make inquiries because I know the current president of the Save Our Stepney Task Force.
Yeah, I was just
And
curious, only
Yeah.
because it might be part of the entertainment factor to have, you know, a reason for people to assemble to come see some of these kind of sideshow events, if you will, as
Yeah.
part of the entertainment factor, you know?
Yeah. And I heard that was a big success. And see, I could see doing a bigger event like at the park with that in mind. It keeps with the purpose and the mission, the historical significance of the celebration, as far as just, you know, having some pizza and slides. So I heard really good things about that. I wish I could go. I was sick. I was sick that weekend, but that was a big one. That was,
It
and the
was well
scouts were
done. It was
involved
really.
too, weren't
I
they?
just don't know what it cost was. I'm not sure how much the
Yeah.
cost is, you know. And matter
Yeah.
of fact, I think I remember too with Abe Lincoln, right? The
Yeah.
gentleman was
Yeah.
out of, I think came from Cheshire or whatever I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
He was a spitting
Yeah.
image, and
Yeah.
you know, not that we need Abe Lincoln, but I'm saying, you know, those kind of things can sort of elevate the effect of the sessions, whatever sessions we're talking about.
Well, the name of the band was the Connecticut Blues Fife and Drum Corps. I remember that, but the cost, I'd have to make some inquiries.
Okay.
And that was some time ago, so I'm sure the prices have gone up. But
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
Do they, Kevin, do they do just that? Are they specialize just for that reenactment, Civil War, or would they do other historical reenactments? Like, let's say, you know, the signing, the deliberation for the Declaration of Independence and things like
um,
that.
I, I don't know, to be honest. I know that they fit in very nicely with the Civil War theme at the time.
Yeah.
And of course, Connecticut's official song, as you all know, is Yankee Doodle. So, I mean, that's just perfect for the Fife and Drum Corps. And that fits any era, whether we're talking about the Declaration of Independence on up. And it couldn't be more Connecticut if it had to be. So I don't know if they can change their look to something more revolutionary. I know at the time they were certainly dressed as Civil War reenactors.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think it would be really neat to reenact the Revolutionary War in some part.
I
That's
can
a,
reach out to the Cornets. I know Marcy and her husband used to do
yeah, they're big
reenactment.
history folks.
Yeah, as did Vivian Solek. She used to do reenactment too, so they might be contacts for different groups.
But it wouldn't be bad to make a day of all these different reenactments, you know, because it is the 250 years. So you
Right.
show a reenactment of the Revolutionary War, you do the Civil War, and then in between you have something of a speaker or something that's very engaging to show as the country moving through those years to get to the significant events.
So just flashing back to my kids' third grade year where they had to do something like a diorama or something about Connecticut history. Maybe we open up an event for the children, the school kids, to do some sort of contest for a painting or a sketch or something artsy about the 250, and that could be one of the events we do.
Yeah, because one of the ideas I had for the bicentennial was we could have at that park that day, maybe we could have an enclosed tent that has these different exhibits, and we would reach out to the different schools in the town, all the schools in the town, to produce something of that was significant for that day, for the bicentennial. So
Right.
given the fact they could do like the elementary schools would do something that's age appropriate from, they could do dioramas of different
Yep.
events in the 250, and then as you move it up the ladder, maybe the middle school could do some sort of presentation to show the development of our American flag across the years and the significance, and then something more substantial from the high school
Right.
student.
That would
And
be
then,
up
and
to our
then,
teachers.
and maybe are they allowed to be demonstrated where you can display these at the library, or that's not
I
permissible
don't
in the
have that
library?
policy yet. I'm waiting for that policy. So Donna Lynn, since you have a lot of ideas on that, I'm going to put you in charge of the June, July culmination event.
Okay, I just need one person. Sue,
I'm there for you. You know I am.
okie dokie. I need that contact into the laws and regs and across the town, the peoples too.
So I'm going to have, and so if you hear from Donna Lynn or from Sue asking questions, that's why. So at least we have, and I really think you all have really great ideas. Just remember, there's only 8 of us. Okay. How you're going to do it? What does it look like? Again, what is how Monroe history will tie into it? But I'm going to leave you, Donna, to come up with some ideas. Maybe you can think about it until when we meet for our September meetings or something, because by then we really should have a really good sketch of what it looks like, that day looks like, that we can either adopt or adapt.
Okay, so you do want to have a day, a history day. Okay.
Like, say that again.
You do want to have a history day, and the way that the bicentennial had that day picnic in the park, you do want to have something similar like that. That it's one day that presents the historical events of the day, as well as the fun, the food, and whatnot. But you do want to have a day for that, a family day.
I'm hearing that you guys do. I think you need to blow it out. You need to figure out how much it would cost if we need to get trucks, and how much it's going to cost to get the Fife and Drum Corps here. Because the Connecticut Blues is only Connecticut Blue. They are Civil War. I would call Deep River Muster, go on Facebook and look for the Deep River Muster and see if you can get information from them of who is local here. I know that Mattatuck will be extremely expensive as a Fife and Drum Corps, but there may be others that you can look at to come play.
Donna, I can help you with that part. The society is always getting reached out from different reenactors.
Right.
Stuff, so I can help with that.
Great, thank you. And still for Kevin, I'd love to hear from you on that, or put me in touch with somebody on who would leverage the Civil War reenactment that day.
Yeah, I have someone in mind. I will contact her right after the meeting.
Perfect.
Keep in mind that was back in 2013. I can confirm, since the subject was brought up here, that Connecticut Blues, Fife, and Drum, as far as presenting themselves, is primarily in Civil War garb.
That's it. That's what they are.
Yeah, if you're looking for something more revolutionary in their presentation, I mean, the music, they can certainly cover the music, but if you're looking for costume that is significant to the Revolutionary era, probably going to have to find someone else.
Right. And all those list of people, and the Deep River Muster is a fife and drum muster that happens in July. And you will want to, if you can go to social media, I'm sure one of the organizers there could give you some local people, like the Mattatuck, which is a Waterbury fife and drum corps. I'm sure you can get stuff out of Hartford, and they're going to be, they may be expensive. Sparklers are out of Danbury. They may not be that expensive if you're looking for fife and drum.
We might also be going up against other towns trying to hire them as well, so.
Which is why, again, if you want to do a big event,
Right.
do that now.
Yeah.
Right.
Figure out your one day, and then you have at least a focus of what to raise for.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
if we have $2.50 left over, we can buy ice cream or something.
There we go. I have to leave. I'm sorry, but
You do have to go. And I'm sorry, this is really important because I can't do anything. This is critical. I need to move this along. I had a conversation with the first selectman about our mission statement. And our mission statement, which is what I sent to you. As we celebrate Monroe, Connecticut's 250th anniversary of independence, our mission is to honor our rich history, embrace our diverse community, and inspire future generations. We got a phone call on the word for diverse. They felt that this communities are diverse. They felt that this is perhaps sometimes a separating word. I said I did not feel that way. I felt that we needed to have the word diverse, but I would bring it to you.
read it one more time, please.
They want to remove the word
No,
diversity.
read the statement again.
Yeah.
One more time. As we celebrate Monroe, Connecticut's 250th anniversary of independence, our mission is to honor our rich history, embrace our diverse community, and inspire future generations.
And what was the problem with
The word diverse.
And who
Diverse,
had that problem? Who had that problem and why?
First selectman?
Probably taking it as a DEI reference.
Yeah.
And want that removed. It's political. It's a hot term.
Okay.
Any diversity reference lately is not
However, and he said, because communities are diverse. I said, yeah, but that's not what we're telling you.
That's what it is. They want it removed for political reasons.
For me personally, I would have no problem in removing it, or I can go either way.
Marita, you wrote it. Tell me what you think.
I disagree. I don't think it's a political word, and I think we should definitely keep it.
I have no problem with keeping it. I'm just trying to figure out why that word kind of triggered a response. And I think that my feelings are the reason for that wanting to be excluded is for political reasons.
Definitely.
But I'm all for keeping it. I have no problem with it. I'm
going to read you some of the crib notes I have. Without the word diverse, he feels that it's a more inclusive statement. It reminds people that it's a separating word. And I'm like, no, not really.
How would it read without the word diverse? In our community? Just simple?
In our community.
Yeah.
Community is diverse. And I said, so diverse and community are redundant.
Very, very fast on your part.
Yeah, I was.
Very good.
So I'm going to take any other discussion. Yeah, that's what I deal with.
Can we discuss it next meeting and vote just to think about it? Or we have to vote now?
No, we can table this and vote next week. That's next time. Next meeting is nope, that's the wrong month. 21. In your packet, I actually scanned the mission statement that Marita wrote, and we voted on that day, that first day or second day on the Zoom. I think it was Zoom.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, the Zoom, because you put it in the Zoom notes.
Right.
And we all said that was great. We loved it. Wanted Marita to do our press releases. And so, yeah, I don't know.
You said September 21. That's a Sunday.
Incorrect. August 21.
August 21. Thank you.
I apologize.
I don't think we need to remove it. But I don't want us to become a hot button in the town and be like, oh, they wouldn't listen to us and they were trying to do, I don't know. I'm okay with it, but
Like I said, I
Well,
could
here's an opportunity for a little history lesson. Okay.
And
In
I,
1923, the town of Monroe hosted the largest Ku Klux Klan rally in the state of Connecticut.
Exactly right.
Jesus
There were over 1,000
That's
people there.
exactly right.
This was not a time where diversity was celebrated or
Mhm.
recognized. They were perfectly fine with a very homogenized community at the time. In
Mhm.
my opinion, we've come a long way. So my
Okay.
vote is to keep diversity in the mission statement.
I'll agree.
Let me stop you there in the discussion. Do we want Aaron? We are a majority. Do we want to have Aaron present, or do you think we have? If we wanted to take a vote now, great. If you want to think about it, let me know that too.
Well, you have my vote whether we want to wait for Aaron's or not.
you have a quorum anyway.
I have a quorum, so I mean, I just want to be sure. Shall I do a roll call vote? Okay. For all those in favor, I'm going to do a roll call. This is for keeping the word diverse in our mission statement. Kevin Daly,
I vote yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Marita, that was a yes. I heard that before.
Yes.
And Sue?
Yes.
Okay, that's me too. So it's unanimous,
No,
Karen?
me.
Yeah.
You
didn't
didn't ask
get-
Oh, and Donna, yes.
Yes.
Now it's unanimous. So it's a unanimous decision. And just so you know, guys, this is what libraries are going to be doing for the next 4 years.
Fantastic.
All right, I have to go. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Good night.
All right,
Bye,
I
everyone.
will, on that note, it is 8:26. I am going, thank you for your vote, and I am going to close the meeting.